It's 12 minutes past 9. We are waiting for break structure of the highs or the lows, and you can see it's tested the lows. It did come up, and I did think it was gonna break the highs, but as you can see, it just kind of come up, took pre-London highs, but didn't take Asian highs, and then just dropped. So now it's looking like it could possibly take out the Asian session lows, but we'll have to wait and see. Remember, I only trade until 10, so we've got about 40 minutes left, about 45 minutes left. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But that is the update for now. Okay, so we now got a breaker structure to the upside. This is a very, very weird day because we had a retest of the lows, one, two, three, four, you could say five times retested to the low after taking pre-London highs. We took pre-London highs, then we had the retest of the low 5 times, struggled to break beneath, and then we got these big bullish impulse candles to the upside, taking now Asian high. So it is a bit of a confusing day, to be honest. But because August is summer holidays, it is a very like choppy market, which I do understand, but still just gotta trade the plan and so on. But yeah, very, very weird day. Week to be fair. I think this week I've only taken 2 trades this week. 2 trades, Monday and Tuesday. Monday was basically an instant loss. What is that candle? Why is that there? Yeah, yeah, we had Monday, Tuesday, the same thing basically. Wednesday, no trade. Thursday, no trade. Was looking for it to retest into there. Didn't come back. And then Friday's also looking like no trade because realistically he's got 2 candles left. Unless this candle closes bearish and then creates a new bullish candle, it will be no trade, I think. So this candle looks like it's going to close bearish, hopefully. And then we'll do the weekly breakdown. But yeah, it's not looking like a very good week to be fair. 10 seconds left. Okay, so we've got a bearish candle. So this is the high now, the London session high. It's the highest London's been, and it's just, yeah, the London high. So bullish candle, if it closes above, then we'll be looking for an entry. But if it doesn't, then we'll be done for the day. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So we've got a break of Asian session high. It's a bit weird because we had the break of pre-London highs here in London session, held above it for a bit, and then has traded looking like it was going to take out the Asian lows. It failed to do that 5 times, this long wick below, wick 5 times here. Struggled to do that, and then has just pushed up and rallied to the upside. So the market recently has been very choppy, but then again, it is August, and August is some holidays, so that is expected because there's less volume. A lot of traders are on holiday, so there's not that much. controlling the markets, I'd say. But London session this morning has done about 25 pips. So yeah, that is something, I guess. And I think from next week, I think I'm gonna also start marking the Asian session as well, you know, just to tighten up my strategy, Every week you can tighten up your strategy. Doesn't mean change your strategy, but you can also always tighten it up, in my opinion. There's always little tweaks you can make, in my opinion. Because I feel like when price does have a small range, I don't feel like it does the right. I feel like when price has a big range, like it's not really doesn't really do much. When it has a big range, there's not much that really happens. But that's just an opinion. It's not factually based, it's not data. So I'm not gonna just go off of that, you know. That 11 pip Tokyo session. What's this? 10 pip, not even 10 pip, 9 pip Tokyo session. What's this? 17 pip Tokyo session. So Tokyo session, it does move the least pips out of all sessions, obviously, but I feel like recently it's been looking like it's moving a lot because of how far, but in reality, it's not moving that much. It's just that there's such a lack of volume that candles look bigger. But yeah, got the break, got the bearish candle, got the bullish candle. So if it does hold above, we will be looking for a buy to take it higher. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so as you can see, price is now closed above. So that would be the break. Oh, that would now be the break. So 2 pips away. It's basically 2 pips away. So we're gonna just I'm gonna get a 100K account, I think, next month. I think that's when I should get one. Because getting it this month will be literally no point. 5.4, so 7.4. And then a 1 to 3. So I'm only risking 0.25. 0.25. Add stop levels 1.36. 526. Okay, so I've entered on one trade. Entered on another trade. 1.36526. So the entry is very off. I entered at 1.36566. Oh, it entered me at it entered literally where I put this limit. It actually entered me exactly on that number. Oh, that's calm. So yeah, give you an update if this trade loses. Probably will because it's a Friday. But these accounts are more of a, what's the right word? It's like, okay, cool. I back tested the strategy. You saw the back testing, and now I'm gonna live test it based on the stats that have been shown. Yeah, based on the stats that have been shown, I'm gonna forward test it in the live markets, see how it plays out. I'm hoping to be able to take 50 trades on these accounts before they blow. Might take less, and it might blow before 50 accounts. But that is my intention to take about 50 trades, look at my live tested results, and then from my live tested results, kind of get an understanding better of the strategy because obviously back testing and live testing are two different things, you know? You act different in live than you do in back testing and so forth. So yeah, it will be good to be able to get an understanding better of the strategy. And then if there's other tweaks I can see that I've done or mistakes I've made in live testing, then I can obviously um yeah, I can obviously tweet them, you know, and I can obviously, oh, okay, from this screenshot, I can see the mistakes I made here and so forth. And then, yeah, I can obviously fix them. And that's kind of what I want to be able to do. So let me just Monday the 17th, Tuesday the 18th, 19th, Friday the 21st. And yeah, that's what it is. And then by the time I've got 100K and by the time I've got more accounts, I'll know exactly how to approach funded accounts. I'll know exactly, you know, all these, I'll know my strategy inside out. So yeah, we're gonna keep the risk low Wednesday, choose. We're gonna keep the risk low Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so 0.25, and then Monday, Tuesday, we're obviously gonna not risk 2%. We're just gonna enter with 1% and then enter on the 50% or enter in slight drawdown. You know, so if the profits, so if it does win, profits double. If it does lose, we lose just below 2%. You know, so at 1.8, 1.6, and obviously from back testing, my average loss is 0.77. So if that does continue on throughout the year, then my losses should stay. If I'm risking 2% and my average loss is 0.77, all that should really happen should mean my average loss throughout the year or throughout the next 50 trades just doubles. And if my average loss doubles, but my profits have also doubled, then there'll be literally nothing to worry about, you know? Because win rate and things like that doesn't matter and doesn't play a factor if your average loss is so small compared to your average win, which we've tested and found out. So yeah, we'll see how this trade plays out. You know, see how this trade plays out. But that is our update for now. It's 10 a.m. so no more trades and nothing else. We're just gonna see how this one position plays out. But yeah, that is it for now. So as you can see, the trade has closed beneath structure, so I manually closed. It's just closed beneath at 11 p.m. So as you can see, it was 6 pips away from TP. So what was that? See, a 1 to 2 would have hit. Piss take, piss take, piss take. But yeah, it is what it is. Would any 1 to 2s hit this week? The 1 to 3 hit there. What about this week? No, didn't take trade then. What about this week? 4 pit stop loss. So 8 pit TP. Nah. So yeah, only that trade. Monday? Yeah, definitely no. But yeah, that is the trading week done. So 3 trades this week, 3 losses. Like that is just what you like to hear and what you want to hear. So yeah, that is it.